Okay, hi everybody. This is the start of my video briefing, for want of another word, for you all. I'm going to shoot it in bits over the next few days, so what will happen is the backgrounds might change, I might do it outside, my clothing might change, my hair might be more of a mess than it currently is now, I might be a little bit more unshaven. Yeah, it is what it is. First off, very first thing, I want to thank everyone that's been with me through this journey for the last year. It's not been easy. It's not been easy for most of us. We've lost loved ones. There's been financial hardships, mental hardships. It's very hard to know, and we probably won't for a long time, exactly what the repercussions of all this is. Mental welfare, it's talked a lot about, but it's really just lip service in a lot of instances. It's a very important thing. I personally get affected by it. We'll come back to that later. I know some of you will have, there's your children. Children as well get affected by it. Yeah, okay. There's anxieties and everything else. No fun being restricted, doing what we would normally like to do. So it's really, really been hard. Now, I'm going to shut this first bit down just for a second or two before I start on that next one. It's currently Easter. Easter is a religious festival, whether you have a faith or not. It's a religious festival. So what I'm going to do, because I am a Christian, I'm not going to put my views on anybody, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to spend a few minutes just trying to remember all the things that happened in the last year in terms of loved ones lost, friends that have lost loved ones, some of the students that have lost family, mostly to COVID, and obviously other diseases still existed, so other people have died through other conditions. So I'm going to do that. It's Easter Saturday that I'm starting this. I haven't had any eggs yet. I'll probably start on those on Monday, but for now I'm just going to turn this off and I'm going to have a little bit of reflection on myself. And then at some point later today, I'll be back on and we'll deal with the second chapter of what I want to talk about. So I just want to reiterate again, thank you to everyone that has stayed with me, that's still been paying their training fees. I know it's hard. I really know it's hard. The services that I've supplied in the real world are not really essential. You all need electricity, you all need water, you all need gas, you all need food. Yeah? They're essentials, yeah. What I'm supplying isn't an essential, it's almost a luxury product, yeah, okay. So thank you so much for those of you that have been with me. And all those that have fallen by the wayside, that are tuning in and watching this, please don't feel bad. Yeah, I totally understand. I would have been in exactly the same position. With my family years ago, had I been at a club that was in this position, I would have had to cut the reins and say, no, sorry, I can't afford it, I can't do it. So I'm with you 100%. So again, yeah, thank you to all those that have stayed with me all this time. Hello, right, back again. Okay, this bit is about our path back to the dojo, and I'll repeat the dates again at the end. Now, to everybody, okay, I don't want anybody contacting me separately and asking when the classes are back. I will ignore those WhatsApp messages. I am more than happy for anybody to contact me on a personal level, talk about any concerns they have about the club, about the children, about what's going on. I'm happy to do that anytime. But anybody that contacts me and says, when is this class on? When are we back in the dojo? I'm just going to ignore. Yeah, the information is here. I'm going to tell you it now, and then I'm going to repeat it again right at the end of the video. Okay, so the path to return. As it stands now, as it stands now, we will be back in the dojo on the 12th of April. So the first class on the 12th of April is Mini Ninjas, followed by the juniors at 5:30. Okay, that's the very first class. The next class after that will be the Thursday night juniors, followed by the Friday night juniors, followed by the Saturday morning Ninja Taikes, new Mini Ninjas, and an afternoon Jiu-Jitsu. So that's the 12th. So from the 12th of April, all the juniors will be back in. Now, the classes will consist of no contact, kickboxing, boxing drills on bags and stuff. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Okay, but it's very important, this. That's the first level. Second level is adults. Adults are permitted to train in the dojo, but on their own. So they cannot, as part of a instructor-led class, train. Same as the gyms. You can go to the gyms from the 12th, but you're not allowed to join any activity classes. So no Zumba, no aerobics, no box size, no box fit, no fight camp, whatever they call it, all these permutations are. Well, let's do that, okay? But you can go in and you can work on the treadmill by yourself, lift weights and what have you, that's fine. So that's the same with us. If anybody else wants to come into the dojo and train, and the normal training times they would normally come in and just do their own thing, I'm happy for them to do that, okay? But they're going to have to let me know, because I'm going to assume they don't want to do it, okay? But that's for another discussion. Adults adults return to structured classes will be May the 17th. So from May the 17th, all the adults can come back officially into a structured class, and we will carry on and do what we're doing with the kids. Okay? Now, just let me look at my notes for a second. Yeah, so everything will still be socially distanced, bags and what have you. From the 21st of June, we should be allowed to start practicing normal jiu-jitsu again. That means we can start hugging each other, grabbing each other, throwing each other, grappling each other, contact, everything else. Okay? From the 21st of June. Hold on to that thought, because there is a contradiction. Yeah? Okay. Now, NGBs, National Governing Bodies. National governing bodies represent sports in the UK, and they are supposed to represent the standard of coaching and all the various tick boxes that coaches should have to actually coach under their banner, like DBSs, Data Borrowing Service, which used to be CRBs, first aid, coaching certification, safeguarding children, all of that stuff, yeah, and insurances. Okay, I'm not with an NGB. The reason being, I used to be with one. I used to be with the AMA, and there was no real advantage being with an NGB. They do stick their nose in. Okay, they don't supply, or the ones I was with didn't supply what they promised they would supply, and nobody knows this, but two of us within the club, myself and Zach, possibly, were affected several years ago when one of the committee members of the AMA actually run an insurance scam. So for a period of about 3 years, insurances that we were paying as students, they were not valid because I'm running an insurance scam. So I'm not with an NGB. Okay, now the plus side is I get to do my own thing. I can sort out my own insurance. I can sort out my own safety protocols, DBS and everything else. I do all that. And I don't have to worry about an AGM doing that, an NGB doing that for me. And I don't have to be conditioned by their rules. However, what an NGB will do is go to the sports minister and I can't remember what the name of it is. There's a department that's responsible for leisure centres and sport and everything else in the UK. It's not sporting, it's not that, it's a government department. They go there and they lobby for what they want their members to do. Okay? Now, we have a contradiction in terms of what some people are allowed to do and what some people can't do in terms of contact. Okay, so I've already said on the 12th of April, we will be back in the studio, in the dojo, with children, doing socially distanced kickboxing, boxing skills. Okay? However, because I'm a boxercise instructor, and because my boxercise instructorship enables me to be part of that fitness NGB, okay? If we do a boxercise class, the kids can actually start using pads. So you can have two children, pretty close together, doing pad work. But if I do a kick-jitsu class, I can't. They've got to be social distanced. Madness. He who shouts loudest and he who has the biggest purse. Really? Okay? So, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. Okay? I'm going to keep things as they are. I don't like... If I've got to set an example, yeah, to everybody else about integrity and honesty and everything else, it means I've got to follow the rules. Even though I don't agree with some of it, I've got to follow it. Okay? That's the example I've got to set. Okay? So we're going to follow the rules. We're going to have no contact. Okay? No contact. Now, what I will do is say that judo, who are probably the closest to us in terms of physical activity. Okay, there is BJJ, but I don't worry about BJJ because BJJ make their own rules up as they go along. Yeah, okay, they're maverick. Okay, I don't trust most. There are BJJ clubs that have been training all the way through this, not with elite athletes either. You've been allowed to make contact in boxing clubs and what have you. If you're an elite athlete or an Olympic level athlete, yeah, you've been allowed to do sparring and contact and what have you. Yeah, some BJJ clubs have actually classed themselves as elite athlete centres. Yeah, and they've been breaking the rules, getting around it. So I have no interest in what they're doing. Yeah, so anybody that mentions that to me, they're irrelevant. Okay, not the sport, not what they do, just the standards they hold themselves to. Irrelevant. Okay, so we're going to follow judo. If Judo NGB announce next week that from the 12th of April, all children will be allowed to make contact, grapple, yeah, okay, face to face, no social distancing, we will follow suit. Even though, sorry, there's a message popped up. Even though I'm not part of an NGB, I will follow that route. Therefore, if I do get into trouble, I can actually turn around and say, well, judo are allowed to do it. I'm not part of an NGB. I'm following them. That way I will feel more secure in what we're doing. Okay? So, just to reiterate. 12 for the kids. Social distancing, kickboxing, boxing skills. Okay? If judo go with full contact from the 12th, and there are strong rumours that that's what's going to happen. Yeah? There's loads of groups that I belong to. Yeah? One of them is a judo group. Okay? It's interesting some of the stuff that goes on in there. There's strong rumours that kids will be allowed to make contact, yeah, from the 12th. If that's the case, then we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay? But for now, the 12th is no contact for children. 17th of May, no contact for adults. 21st of June, contact for everybody. Okay? I will keep you posted on that. I think that's it on that. I don't think. Just bear with me a second because I made loads of notes. I've not prepared my lines for this. Yeah, I never do. I find it very hard. I rather do things on the cuff, which is why I spend most of my time just going over the same stuff over and over again. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. Please make a note of those dates. And as I say, anybody texts me, yeah, on WhatsApp and says, when are we back? I'm just going to ignore them. I'm sorry. And another thing, okay, if people have got a generic question like that to ask it in the group, not send it to me personally. Because what happens is, very helpful people were in the group, and it happened this week. Very helpful people in the group will actually answer the question. Yeah? That's what the group's there for. Yeah, so it's a concise area. Yeah, concise, is that the right word? It's a concentrated area of information. That's not even the right word. What the hell? Eh? It's an area where all that information is, yeah, where everybody can get to it, right? This thing is just additional to that, okay, because it's nice to put a face to it. And what you can do, you don't have to watch this, you can just listen to it. So I'll probably strip the audio out and do that as an MP3 so you could just listen to it as well, okay? So that's it for now, right? And once I publish this video, you're allowed to ask me questions related to content in the video. But please don't ask me when we're coming back, please. All right, that's it for this session. Another one to follow, probably do another one today, and I might gather my thoughts and concentrate on Sunday, all right? Well, hello boys and girls, mums and dads. Just as a time reference, today is Easter Sunday. I haven't moved anywhere special, still in the same place. And I'm going to carry on from where I left off yesterday. This section, I'm going to talk about the state of the business. Okay, now, let me just put this down. Now, in 2019, in October, November 2019, I joined a business mentoring program. Cost me a lot of money, but I did it because the business was stagnating. Student numbers weren't really increasing, not that much. In fact, we were in a worse position financially than we were at Taylor Street. So those that have been with me for more than 4 years can remember we were at Taylor Street, which no longer exists. It's now a block of flats. And the student base there was quite high, which is odd because it was a horrible building. It leaked, it smelt, always damp, really cold in winter, but it seems to be quite popular in terms of student numbers. So since we moved to Charles Street, the numbers haven't quite been the same, which is a bit disappointing because it's a much nicer unit in terms of comfort and location, but it's a little bit smaller. But fine, if you haven't got the students to fill it, it doesn't really matter how small it is really. So that's what I did. So I paid for that. And then in January, February, March 2020, we know what happened. So all the business mentoring that I'd done up to then, which meant I was going down a particular marketing route, was virtually out the window. As you can appreciate, trying to sell what you do on a platform where you can't actually show it, but if you want to, you can come and learn something watered down and not quite the same on camera, isn't that appealing. I'm not the greatest salesman in the world, and to be quite honest, I wouldn't want to be. It's not what I'm about. I try and engage people, try to explain what we do, what we're about, but it's a whole different world trying to sell and get people online. Give an example of boxer size, just change the subject slightly, and we'll come back to boxer size in a bit. Boxer size, we had a fairly established class, and we had a number of between 10 and 14 ladies turning up for a regular class on a Wednesday night. When we went into lockdown, only 2 were willing to stay and carry on doing something online. There's something inherent in doing exercise, physical fitness, in an environment with other people. There's an element that's missing when you do it on camera. Your children know it. Yeah, there's the banter, there's the contact, there's just the atmosphere. It is not there, and the energy. You feed off energy. So when you've got a room full of people working really hard and there's a buzz, you feed off it. It helps you. Okay, and it's fun, and you miss all that on Zoom. So that business mentorship, I was a bit disappointed because the guy that was running it wouldn't really reduce his prices. We just carried on because you were in a contract. Yeah. So that's by the by. Okay. So that was that. That's where I wanted to go. COVID stopped it. So pre-COVID, this is how the income worked. Okay. I'm not going to give you exact figures, but I'm going to give you percentages. Okay. Pre-COVID, ACS Magfa, and ACS Magfa is all the sporting side of everything I do and all the coaching, and it also includes anything that Kieran has done for me in the past, like Bollywood dancing and stuff like that, and when she has done boxercise classes for me when I've not been around. Okay, ACS Design and Leisure, for anybody that knows, is a company that I started when I was doing coaching and web design work. I don't do web design work anymore. It does my head in. Yeah, and plus I'm not up with the technology. I'm up to a certain level that can actually keep me going and do all my marketing skills, but I can't actually justify selling it to anybody else. And plus, with the advent of Wix and drag and drop HTML5 functionality that's out there, you can build your own website. It's really easy now. There's no real science involved. Anyway, so ACS Magfa, Martial Arts Games and Fitness Academy. Okay, so pre-COVID, kids, all the children I had, they contributed about 65% of the business income. Okay, adults 13. Much smaller adult base, but that's fine. That's okay. Adults are, they're a different breed in terms of how you run the class and whatever. That's fine. My instructor, Bob Cowan, always used to say, you feed your adult classes for your children. Yeah. So your children is your mainstay, and it's absolutely right. It is. It always has been. So 65 for kids, 13 for adults. Boxer size was 9% of the income. Then schools, you probably didn't realise this, but I actually used to go to schools and do I do some after school clubs, not many, but mostly sort of event days. So where the children would, during the summer holiday, coming up to the summer holidays, they'd have like a week of activities. I would go in and supply some of those activities, and I've done all sorts. I've been as far away as Kent, Northamptonshire. But it's not a huge amount, but that contributed about 4%. So 4% on that. One-to-ones, for those that don't know, because I'm also qualified at BTEC level on self-restraint, reasonable force, legalities, concerning self-defense, self-protection. I do one-to-ones for those. And they are really for people that don't want to commit to a long-term training regime like jiu-jitsu, martial arts, and just want a quick fix. Yeah, something's happened, they just want a quick fix. There's no such thing as a quick fix. I'm really just managing their expectations and saying, look, if this happens, do this, but this is what you need to be doing instead. Yeah, and that's how it is. But I do one-to-ones. They constitute about 3%. And then we hire Magfa. Not a huge amount of hiring for Magfa. We do have a Pilates lady that goes in, but she obviously since March she hasn't been in there because Pilates is generally an activity for more mature adults, and of course they're the ones that would be vulnerable on COVID. That's me. They're the ones. I mean, I'm in that age group as well. Yeah, so that contributes 4%. So that's it. So that constitutes my whole income based on that. Post-COVID, kids and adults together, 38%. Everything else, 0. Nothing. Okay? Now, let me warn you. This is not Sensei David Brown, gearing you up to we're going to have to put the prices up. I'm not putting the prices up. No, prices stay exactly as they are. The only thing I will do is some people are still on some older packages. Yeah, I'm just going to bring everybody in line. Okay, but there will be no price increases. Okay. Grading prices still £15. I'm not changing that. The only thing I am changing is the length of class. What I have discovered from when we were in the dojo is an hour and a half is going to be better suited to how I want us to move forward in terms of our training. It will also enable me to be a little bit flexible on timing, so I might be able to slot extra classes in here and there, because I've got to try and find some way of building the business. Now, I digress slightly. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. The business is in a state where really, if an accountant sat down with me now, he'd say, cut your losses, close everything, walk away. That's where I'm at. I have a busted credit card, and by busted, I don't mean busted in half. I mean busted as in it's rammed. The credit limit is rammed totally. Okay, and I'm 1 month arrears on the rent. 1 month, which is not bad. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, considering 1 month arrears. I have a lot of martial arts friends that have actually closed, jumped ship. Yeah, they just haven't been able to carry on. Okay, so I thought long and hard about this. Now, yesterday I alluded to mental health. Okay, my mental health is like that. The only thing that's really helped me, believe it or not, is you lot. Okay, because it is a fact. It is a fact that exercise, yeah, stimulates the primitive brain that produces hormones that help with anxieties and everything else. Doctors don't prescribe medicine enough. They really don't. Okay? In fact, I'm going to tell you a little story. About 2 years ago, I wrote to every single GP surgery in Luton saying, do you realise that, and I gave them some statistics about health and everything else, I do boxercise, I can do all this, blah, blah, blah for you, and this will help all your patients with depression and everything else, and you'll have a reduction on prescriptions you'll send out. Nothing happened, not a dicky bird, didn't hear anything at all. 6 months later, I saw an ad for a well-being box fitness class for those with depression, set up by Luton Health Service. I thought, you cheeky. Okay, so anyway, so I digress. Right, okay, so mental health. Okay, I do suffer. Okay, most people that know me closely know that. I deal with it in certain ways. Most of the ways I am able to deal with it is through physical exercise. Okay, if I'd have been a normal worker, furloughed, at home, I probably wouldn't be talking to you now. But that's the truth. I probably wouldn't be. The fact that I have you, think about you guys, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense, you know, it's a pleasure to think about you guys. As I say, when I come on camera sometimes, it's good to see you. I actually mean it. I do actually mean it. Yeah, it is. Oh God, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for being there. Okay, so it's really important to me on that side. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not running away, because I still think I have something to offer. I still think it's worth us carrying on, and I still think that the kids that are with me now, yeah, are there for a reason, and they will develop into something else. But I need to grow. I need to grow the club. Okay, I can't grow my skill level anymore. Yeah, I think all I can do is get better at what I do. Okay, but I have self-protection and safety certification, and I've trained with some of the best people in the world. I trained with Jeff Thompson. Look him up, not the football one, not the one related to football. Look up Jeff Thompson, BAFTA award winner, martial arts expert, come self-help, self-protection, what have you. I mean, he went out and trained Chuck Norris's students, like 2,000 or 3,000 students. He went out there and trained on the invitation of Chuck Norris. So I've trained with some of the best people. Rory Miller, who worked at the penal system in the United States and in Afghanistan. Yeah, Rory Miller. I mean, a few of my adults have trained with him. Yeah, there's loads of people. Yeah, that I've trained with. So that I have this vast knowledge that I have, and to be honest, there's nothing new. There are people inventing new things, but they're really just hashes of what was already there. And a lot of what we do, you find out in the systems anyway. Yeah, very simple things that with the kids who are actually learning now, you find in other systems anyway. So nothing's really new. Not really. It's just rebadged, rehashed, remarketed. Yeah, and people buy it. People love flashy names. People love flash. People love flash. Yeah, that's what they're into. Okay, I'm not flash. I'm into realism. Yeah, practicality, and getting the kids to grow. Yeah, become what they are their potential can lead them anywhere. Yeah, so they have these big dreams, follow those big dreams, become what they want to become. Yeah, or just be very content with their own little bubble, but be a type of person that can, is able to help other people and to help other people grow. Yeah, that's what we're all about. It's not about fighting. Yeah, not about fighting. Okay, so that's the state of the business. So we need to grow it. Okay, got to grow it. Okay, got no choice. If we don't grow it by another 50 junior students by September, October, I will be in a mess. I will be in a real mess. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. I've got adverts out at the moment, and I'll come back to adverts as well. I'll tell you about those. Okay. So my mind's sort of flicking as I'm looking at my notes. Okay. Okay. So we were in decline. I had a plan to build it. COVID stopped it. We've stagnated and slowly gone down. We're now at the bottom. Yeah. Now I've got to climb out. I say we, it's me. Yeah. You are part of that, but I'm serving you. Yeah. You're not serving me. I'm serving you. Okay. So we'll come out of it. Okay. That's what I need. But I do need your help. I really do need your help. Yeah. I can't make no bones about this. My view has always been that the best adverts that I have are my students. Yeah. Leaflets through the door mean nothing. What do you do with leaflets through the door? I know what I did. Recycling. Yeah, that's where most of them go, unless I see something really interesting and I'll just take a photograph and keep it. And it still goes down the recycling bin. But yeah, you children are the best advert for what I do. We have social media. Now, like it or not, social media is here to stay, and it always has been. And it is a multi-sided, multifaceted conundrum, because it can aid or it can hinder. I'll be honest. Most people on social media shouldn't be there. I think there should be a test to see whether you are mentally capable of understanding the written word, what it conveys, what it means, because you're allowed on social media. People just, because they're behind a keyboard, just respond without any thought given to what it is they're reading. Okay, you see it all the time, right? There is so much rubbish on there. So much made up information, so many, lies, that's tautology. Lies is made up information. But there's also a lot of good stuff. There's some really good stuff. There are some people on there with some really sound advice. There are groups of friends that are, keep in touch from, different geographical places across the globe. So there's some good stuff. Now, primarily, it's an advertising platform. It isn't to the likes of the ordinary person talking to Auntie Joe in Australia, but it is an advertising platform. That's where they make their money. Okay. Now, for the likes of me, it's the best advertising platform and the cheapest. I can reach 10,000 people in a short space of time for a little bit under three figures, probably £90, something like that. If I was to do a leaflet drop, I'd have to pay for the leaflets, I'd have to pay to get them distributed, and most people don't respond to a leaflet. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody that sees a Facebook ad responds to it. There is a formula, and I think Emily, one of my juniors who trains with the adults, in fact she is an adult now, basically, knew this answer, which did surprise me. I said, how many times does it take when you're scrolling before somebody registers that they see something? It's 21 times. An average of 21. You have to see it 21 times before it actually registers. Yeah. So, social media is. I have great social media. I have a great profile, but poor presence. Yeah. Probably is a contradiction, But what it means is all my graphics, all my pages are all there. They're really good. They've got good stuff on. I know that because I do it. I know how good I am. It's a fact. I used to work in marketing, yeah, so I've got some idea of what I'm doing. But the engagement on the pages is zero. Now, some of that is to do with how Facebook has evolved. People don't spend lots of time on Facebook conversing like they used to. Although, having said that, most of my successful martial arts colleagues, when they post something, there is a whole trail of conversation going on it. Okay? Now, I don't have an answer for that because I don't think it's ever going to change. But what I'd like you to do, I do need you, but obviously I'm the person supplying the service, so really it's down to me. I need you to put the word out. I need you to tell your friends. I need you to spread the word about what we do, what we're about. Get them to come in. Get them to have a go. I will not give anybody prices. Nobody. Yeah. I've done it in the past, and I won't do it anymore. What happens is, somebody rings up. How much your classes? You tell them what the price is. Okay, thank you, and they go away. Go and ring the next bloke. I've just been speaking to so and so. Yeah. What are your prices? They'll tell you. Hang on, low battery. They'll tell you what the prices are. So and then they go, oh, so and so was charging this. I go, oh, really? I'll give you it for £3 less, and they'll go. They have no idea what they're buying into. They have no idea what I sell. Which is why I say, I won't tell you a price. Come down, have a go. Talk to me, then go off, go somewhere else, do the same. Make up your mind, do your research. Yeah? Me telling you that I charge £30 a month and he charges £25 a month tells you nothing other than there's £5 difference. Doesn't tell you anything else. Yeah, and plus everybody has this idea that everything is either karate or judo. They don't understand the difference, and why should they? Yeah, why should they? Yeah, okay, that's my job. I've got to convey that. But that's the problem. So I don't give anybody a price. And Luton is very price conscious. Most people ring me up. How much? And I steer them away from that, and I lose so many people because, you've got something to hide. No, I haven't got something to hide. I want you to come in. I don't want to tell the price. I've also had people steal leads off our ads. Yeah, contact them direct. So they'll comment on our ad. So we'll have an ad out saying, come and try our classes. Somebody go, oh, I'm very interested in this. Where are you? Somebody will contact that person, say, come to my club. I've had it. How do I know? I've had parents who have actually come to me and signed up with me and told me. What have I done about it? Nothing. It's a case of morals, isn't it? And standards. I have mine, they have theirs. Okay? Would I do that? No. It's the same as... I'm rambling a bit here, I'm sorry, but it's the same as when something untoward happens in the real world. So we had the Sarah Everett was murdered by allegedly murdered by the policeman who was charged with a murder. Okay, there was a spate of, you need self-defense. Well, I mean, women's self-defense. Yeah, don't become like a victim. No. I won't do that. I won't do victim marketing. Won't do it. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Yeah. Okay, I will not go down that road. And yet I see it all the time. See it loads of times. Yeah. See it in the past. Yeah, it always goes on. People have got no scruples. Yeah. I won't do it. So, in a nutshell, on this little section, is the club is rock bottom. Yeah, it's as low as it can get. Can't get any more. I'm not going to get back into schools. Yeah. It's not a lot of time, I don't think, and I don't think the schools will be doing their pre-summer sports days and what have you. But even so, that's not going to be a huge income. Okay, so that's not going to happen. One-to-ones may slightly come back. Hiring won't happen at all. So the Pilates classes will not be back until COVID is virtually a thing of the past. That will never be. That will never be. Okay? So the hiring will probably won't happen. So the only income I'm going to have is from me providing what I provide. Okay? Now, I am looking also at trying to do a kick-jitsu class. We did look at this prior to lockdown, and I'd like to do a separate kick-jitsu class, but it would be separate. It wouldn't be part of the jiu-jitsu. Yeah, it'd be run as a separate entity. It has to be because it has different rules, different disciplines. It now has different uniforms. Yeah, okay. So that's what we need to do. Okay. Now, I'm going to stop now because I've gone long enough on this section. When I come back, I think I'll talk to you about licenses, which will have to increase slightly. Okay, and I'll explain to you why on that one. Licenses. Although I've actually sorted out everybody's license since through lockdown, I was handling that myself. So licenses and a few other bits. I can't remember. My notes are in the other room. But that's it for now. Okay. So we're at rock bottom. We need to get up. I need you. Lucy, I'm trying to talk to the camera. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know. I know. Okay. Yeah, I know. Okay. So can I start? Can I start? Yeah? Lie down. Lie down. Yes, hello. Yes. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Okay. Lie down. Come on. Lie down. Down. Lie down. Good girl. Stay there. Right. Stay there. Okay. Hello again. Right. Okay. Insurances. Okay. Right. Now. Mucky dog. Our insurances that I pay for via Mean Streets, that's the organisation I get our insurances from. Our insurance prices are based on number of students. More students you have, the less the premiums are. Now, as I explained earlier on, our student base has shrunk dramatically. So our student licenses now have to increase. They're going to be, I think, about £10. I think, yeah. I don't think it'll be more. Yeah, I think they're going to be about £10. I will let you know. Everybody's license is going to need renewing because what they did was, I made some inquiries because there are a lot of people whose licenses were due for renewal over the last year, and what we did is we paid a temporary premium just to keep things ticking over, because obviously the insurance premium didn't involve you training in a martial arts studio. The chances of injury were reduced, so the policy didn't need to be quite so as intensive as when you were in a real studio. Now, why do you need insurance? Good question. Believe it or not, most sports you require some form of activity insurance. You do it for football, or at least I did. I don't know if it's changed. I had to pay a premium for football insurance. You can practice martial arts without insurance. Okay, there is a problem. If I'm not insured, then there are certain legal implications in terms of injury to my students and people who enter the building. And if I'm not insured, but you are, your insurance is invalid. Okay, it's a strange concept, but I suppose it sort of makes sense, because if I'm teaching you something and there is a risk involved and I'm not insured, it doesn't really make sense that you are insured and I'm not. So we're both insured. And just to put it in perspective as well, I have 3 insurances. I have 3 different insurances. I have one for my jiu-jitsu. I have one for my fitness activities, because one doesn't cover the other, although some of the insurance cover on my fitness activities covers me for some of the stuff I do on my martial arts, which is really weird. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put the finger up like that. And I have an insurance that I pay just for me, just to cover me additionally, so that I'm a member of the British Combat Association. That's an association that I feel justifies me being a part of, because of the people that are involved in it. Bye bye, Lacey. So I pay 3 different insurances. Okay, that's just me. Okay, but Mean Streets, who are the Self-Defence Association, Stroke Martial Arts Association, that your insurance is now with. It used to be with the AMA. I explained earlier about the AMA and the problems we had. And mine is also with Mean Streets. So I have Mean Streets, I have British Combat Association, and I also have Fitness First, which covers me for fitness activities. Okay, so your insurance is going to go up a little bit. Once the student base increases, then next year's premiums hopefully will come down. But my feeling is, because of everything that's gone on over the last year, I think prices are going to slowly increase across the board for everything. Okay, so I don't really know how we're going to get around that one, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, but there's no choice. You don't have a choice. You need insurance. It's got to be a thing that you have when you're training in martial arts, and that's all martial arts, unless you train with an uninsured instructor and an uninsured environment. And there's no law that says you can't. Yeah, it's a bit different with children. What with safety, DBSs and safety and everything else, it's a bit different. Funny thing is as well, DBS, data borrowing service. They're not a legal requirement. People misunderstand this. You can teach children without having DBS, the old CRB. It's not against the law to teach children without it. But if you teach children without it, and something happens, and it goes to court, and it transpires that you did not have DBS, CRB, then you will be charged. And I don't quite know what the law is that covers that charge, but you will be charged. It's the same as if I rent out my premises to a dance group, and they're teaching children, and as part of that rental procedure, I don't check that they have DBS, and something happens, I'm liable. I'm actually liable. Okay, so although it's not a legal requirement, it's a must-have. And plus, if most insurance companies dealing with martial arts and fitness, if you're teaching children and you don't have DBS, they won't insure you. Simple as that. So it's something you've got to have. So DBS, child safety, first aid, have all of those. I do all of those myself, and I arrange all of those myself. I don't go for an NGB. So that's insurances. Okay, so I will let you know as soon as the prices are in, what the score is. I think within the next month we're going to get this sorted. Yeah, it's not going to be a matter of urgency, I don't think. We wait a year, so we'll see how we get on. Okay, right. Nearly finished. Not much more to go. Kick-jitsu, I referred to earlier. Kick-jitsu, kickboxing. We are fortunate in a sense, and I know I talked about the club shrinking, our client base shrinking. We are a jiu-jitsu club, and primarily jiu-jitsu is contact, grappling, throwing, locks, punches, kicks, the whole physical skills involved in self-protection and martial arts. So we would not have been able to do what we do online unless we actually changed our skill set. So I'm really, really proud of everybody over the last year who has actually contributed to our classes online by getting involved and having a go. Kickboxing, boxing, they're different skills. They're not skills that we use much in our jiu-jitsu classes. We've used a little because of my boxer size and kids boxing qualifications. I've I've utilised some of it, so we were at a slight advantage in terms of what other clubs were doing. Most karate clubs converted to online, easy. Up and down the living room, no problem. Yeah, do that. It translates from the dojo quite happily. Us, big problem, really difficult. In the early days, as you know, I tried with the grappling dummies and what have you. I just didn't feel it significantly worked because I couldn't translate what we were trying to do very well. Sticks, had everybody have had sticks at home, we could have probably done it. But again, I could see lights and stuff going out. So thank you to everybody for the Kick-Jitsu. And the knock-on effect from that, one, as I said about the want to do a class, but the knock-on effect is fitness. Now, in the past, when anybody's ever come to me, and I've asked them about why they want to do martial arts and what have you, particularly with adults, they'll say things like, learn to protect themselves, and what have you, and fitness comes out a lot. And I've always said, you don't pay me for fitness, you pay me for my skills, my skill set that I'm going to teach you. You want to get fit, run around the block. You want to get fit, go to a gym. Yeah. You want to get fit, get a dog, go on long walks. That's what I've always said. Okay? Not now. Not now. This last year has changed my whole outlook on fitness and how vital it is and important to well-being, longevity, health, the lot. Okay? Complete package. So, fitness is now going to form a big part of our classes. Okay? So it's instead of just a little warm-up where people just jog on the spot and stuff, we might still do that occasionally. We're going to doing stuff that has a purpose. Yeah? So we'll be doing squats and hold squats and whatever to build up the thighs and the lower half of the body and the core. Yeah? We'll be doing HIIT, high intensity interval training, which are short bursts of energy, rest, short bursts of energy, rest, short bursts of energy. Yeah, to get the heart rate up and down, up and down. Excuse me. I'm hoping. I have a grant, a small grant coming in. Not much. Hasn't been paid yet. Oh, she's back. Hasn't been paid yet. Hopefully, when I get that, I hope to invest some of that in resistance bands. So we can have some. I'm a great believer in resistance bands. I learned this over the last year as well, and I've got a small qualification in using resistance bands. They are superb. So strength training as well. Okay. So fitness will be a major part of what we do now. I have launched a fitness element website where I'm trying to promote online fitness packages. So people will come to me, and rather than me one-to-one personal training, which actually is very hard to do because it requires time, synchronizing schedules for both the trainer and the person, doing it online. So what happens is somebody will buy a package of me, and I will design a food plan, exercise plan, and then we'll progress and we'll tweak it as we go. Okay, and that's something buy from me. Okay, I'm not trying to sell you that. Don't worry. But if you want if you want to get fit, if you want to lose some weight, then come and talk to me. But I'm not trying to sell you that. I'm just telling you that's one avenue I'm going down. Okay, to try and increase our income streams. What I am going to tell you about, okay, and I'm not selling. Well, I am selling it, but not directly. I'll explain. Those of you with smartphones know there's all these applications that have got like fitness apps and what have you. Anybody with an Apple, there's a new Apple premium service for fitness you can buy, which I've tested. It's quite good. Now there's loads of stuff out there. You can actually buy apps, and you can buy a premium service on those apps, and you can buy an outright price, pay for an outright price, or you pay a monthly premium, and they give you exercise plans, and you just follow an exercise plan on the video. There's an instructor, and you just follow the workout. Fine, not that much different from what you get on YouTube, to be honest. I'm going to be perfectly honest with that. Yeah, okay. Anybody with their own right. I mean, I have managed to get to my state by signing up with a personal trainer who basically said, here's a list of exercises, here's the foods in these quantities, and that's it. And I just went off and did it myself. And basically just stuck with it. And that's how I've ended up losing 4.5 stone. Just doing that. Okay. Now, there is a product called Mudo. And I will leave a link for it. And you can visit on our website and have a look at the videos, or you can go direct to the website itself. Now, what it is, it's a product that, it's a little kit that comes to you. You buy it, the kit comes to you, and you take some samples, swabs, and you send it off, and it works out your DNA health, your epigenetics. Now, epigenetics is how your DNA is reacting to your environment, what you eat, your lifestyle, everything. So although it's not a total DNA profile, it's a DNA health profile. And it will show you things like what foods you should really be avoiding for your makeup. So your body type and your predisposition, what foods you should be avoiding, what you should be going for, what type of exercise you would do. Now, this thing, when you send it off, it'll come back and it'll actually, basically I'm talking. Yes, I'm talking, yes. This thing will, you send it off and it'll provide you information that you can download into an app that will show you a food program, what foods you should be having, and it'll give you an exercise plan, just like I will do. Just like I will do, but this will do this a lot cheaper. Okay, now I'll send you the link. You go off and you can see it. Okay, you can buy it directly from them off the website. You look at it and you go, oh, actually, it's not bad. I might try that. Buy it from them off the website. Okay, or come to me and ask me for a price. I've signed up for another organisation I'm with is UK Sports Coach. UK Coaching, sorry, they used to be called Sports Coach UK Coaching, okay? That's another organisation I'm with, and that's nothing to do with martial arts, that's just coaching in general across the board. So that covers all sports, every sport you can think of, all right? As a result of that membership, there is an exclusive offer that I've been able to get on this product, okay? Now, go off, have a look at the product, see what you think. If you want it, buy it direct from them or come to me and I can get it cheap. I can definitely get it cheap. I can guarantee it. Okay? Guarantee it. I've just bought two. I bought one for Ben, one of my senior students, and one for Kieran, my partner. Okay? And I got it at my incentive price. Okay? So have a look on the website. And if enough people want it, I can get a bulk purchase price, but I don't think there will be enough people. It's quite a niche product. It's not really any good for children. Not really. Not unless you have a child with some underlying health issues like fibro and diabetes, gluten intolerances, stuff like that. Okay, it's more for adults. Okay, so I will drop a link in the group. And I will encourage you to go off and have a look. Encourage you to research it. If you want to buy it there and then off their site, do so. If you come to me, it'll be cheaper. Okay, so there you go. This is a selling job without being a selling job. All right. Ben has sent his stuff off. He's waiting for his results to come back. But it's being used by athletes and all sorts. And to me, it's better value than these apps that you've got on the App Store, because when you work it out how much it costs, it's cheaper, and it provides you with an exercise plan and food plan dedicated to your profile, so it's more personal. Okay, so that's that. So fitness is going to be a big part of where we're going. So all the martial arts classes now are going to include fitness, yeah, and that's a result of my own personal journey. That's a result of doing the kick-jitsu, okay, and realising how much of that is actually fitness based, and me and how I have reshaped myself to a certain extent mentally and to a large extent physically because of exercise and my diet. Okay, I don't have the best diet in the world, but my diet is 100% improved to where I was a year and a half ago, definitely. Okay, so that's that. I think I've covered everything. I don't think there's anything else I can cover, really. I will recap on the classes again. Okay, so just to reiterate on the classes. 12th of April, children back in the dojo. Socially distanced classes. There will be a limit on numbers. I will assume, rightly or wrongly, that people will want to do the classes that they were originally doing before lockdown, unless they tell me different. Okay, we don't have the huge amount of people that we did have, so I don't suspect we'll have a major problem trying to fit them in. I do have some new bookings. I have about 5 people booked so far for new classes, spread out over the week. So the 12th is the first classes back, followed by the Thursday and the Friday and the Saturday. Adults, officially the 17th of May. Everybody, 21st of June, full grappling and everything else. Because we have had such disruption, I'm probably not going to do my usual usually thin things out for August. I might do that. I don't know. I'll see. We will have some classes in August, but I might cut them back a bit. We'll see, because a lot of people will, even though they're not going away and what have you, there'll still be that holiday sort of mode that people will be in. So, 12th of April, kids, 17th of May, adults, 21st of June, everybody. I think that's it. Can't think of anything else I need to tell you. I think from my note, I got more notes, but I think I just panned them out. I think that's about it. Boxer size, none of you are really affected by boxer size. I am undecided whether to how to handle boxer size, to be honest. I may do that as a single class on a Wednesday like I was doing. I may knock it on the head. I don't know yet. It really depends on how the kid classes go and how many new subscriptions we get. So, if you want to ask me any questions about any of the content in any of this video, please do. Yes? Any questions, anything you don't understand, any suggestions? Yeah, I'm open to suggestions. Yeah? I'm really not the type of coach that will say, well, this is the way we've done it. I've already changed stuff from what my instructor used to do already. My instructor never used to teach kids under 6 years old was about his limit, actually. 6 years old. Yeah, I've already changed that. I'm quite happy to change, and look at new ideas. I do anyway, because as I say, I this coaching, UK coaching, I look at what other coaches are doing in other sports, in tennis and football and what have you. And I look at what they're doing and I think, oh yeah, that's okay, that might work, and I introduce it to us. Honestly, the worst coaching courses I've been on for boring content, static content that really doesn't engage the brain, have been martial arts ones. Now, that's not to say all the martial arts ones are like that, but the ones that I've been involved in, yeah, particularly with the AMA. I went on 3 different AMA coaching courses. They were terrible. They were awful. And I thought, no, I can't believe this. It's like nothing seems to be any different. And it wasn't until I started looking at fencing, boxing, football, tennis, dodgeball even, yeah, and seeing what these people do, I thought, hey, actually, there is another way of doing it. So that's why I coach the way I do, and I'm open to ideas. And anybody comes across anything new that I see at school and what have you, I'm happy for you to tell me. If I don't think it'll work, I'll tell you. But I'm really open to ideas. I'm not totally closed into what we do. Okay, so that's it. Thanks again, everybody, for your support during the year. Can't wait to get back on the 12th. Yeah, can't wait. We'll have the rest of the classes this week. So Zoom classes Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then from the following Monday, zap, we're back in. I'm going to go in the dojo next week. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to wash the mats. Well, they won't be too dirty, but there'll be dust and everything. So I'm going to wash the mats, open the windows, air it a bit, do a dust down and what have you, do a clean. So all ready for when we get back. I'm undecided yet whether we come in through. I think we'll carry on coming in through the back door for now. Then we'll carry on coming back through the back door. I think things will probably change in June, but I quite like coming through the back door. Yeah, it gives me an excuse to have those sliding doors open and let some light in. So I think we'll carry on with that. We won't use the method of the mats and the coat racks and out there. The gazebo roof is torn anyway. I drove past the other day. It's wrecked. It's torn to shreds. So don't worry about that. But we're still coming through the back door. All right. Okay. So don't forget. If you need to ask me anything, please, Lacey. I'm not talking to you. If you need to ask me anything, ask me. Okay. So it's Easter Sunday now. So you've got our bank holiday, Easter Monday. Enjoy your bank holiday, kids. Enjoy the rest of the time you've got off. I'll see you on Zoom next week. Okay. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. All right. Okay. All right. Cheers, guys.